threads, threading, binding, constricting, knotting. Ineffably intimate. A cavernous ache beckons voodoo doll within a hole that has no width or depth. Vulnerable. Threads, threading, pulsing, knots slipping through, needles puncturing guts, heart, throat, eyes, softening into supple tears. A primal giggle erupts through lifetimes of wailing. Forgiving, forgiven, forsaken. Cacophonous, dizzying drums become one total thump, like the ancient oath between earth and foot. A shadow emitting from voodoo doll's womb radically refines the candlelight, burning. Ancestors twirling and tumbling like autumn leaves, chanting like autumn winds. Buck, buck, buck. The sacrificial chicken beheads itself again and again and again. Heads, skulls, bloody roots dripping off the table. Iron aroma pinning the lungs. Buck, buck, buck marks the spot. Voodoo doll takes a true step, holding a spinning compass, smiling the Pirate King's smile. Yosh!
Hi, my name is Becky, and I'm sharing a poem that I wrote from some writings on a painful childhood memory. It is called Things That Are Fucked Up. Sadness, hurt, confusion, spreading to others to ease the pain. A tender child intercepts, a burden carried, desperate to let go. It's quiet for a while. The burden resurfaces. It's welcomed home. The burden nestles in. It can rest at last. There's now more on the surface. I tread here forever until I plunge at last. Thank you.
So I was thinking about watching phenomena like a rise and fall, and how that is kind of the exact same thing as just falling in love, because what you're doing is literally just falling through phenomena, whatever it may be, and that phenomena is literally like love. It's this dream substrate that you're just falling through in choiceless awareness. So this is a poem about that. It's about that free fall through space and time, through the dream, and making the choice to fall, making the choice to jump into that dream. So, without further ado, this poem is called Falling in Love. When we made the promise to dream, we were drunk on possibility, but drunk promises are still promises, usually pretty good promises. So we jumped into the promise to dream. Into this dream we fell, we grew bodies on the way down, and we're still falling, met with just this, whatever this may be. Peeling toenail polish on the back porch while crickets carry rightness more than any song on Spotify could. Children shouting nonsense into the distance, they're still drunk from the initial jump into the dream. A lavender sky that sighs a singular puff of vapor, a haze of place and time, so cosmically coordinated. A lawn chair resting between forever and forever, for a moment enfolded in these eternities, just with my gaze. Sweet daydreams and pin scratches and cat scratches and scratched up lottery tickets, you won $15, and the whole universe is made from scratch because everything traces back to nothing. And how can that be? Is a question that is only answered with laughter, but dressed in tears sometimes, dressed in anger sometimes, because we had to know ourselves through the inverse of ourself. We knew that love was painful, but at the time that we jumped, we didn't know what pain was, and in the drunkenness of being ourself, we knew we could handle everything, everything. In the drunkenness of being ourself, we jumped into a dream to know the beauty of ourself through contrast, to understand limitlessness through limits, to understand total unknowing through knowledge, and I suppose, too, because we were curious, playful, and drunk enough to fall in love.
My name is Karunadas. This poem wrote itself through me in a literal flash, one summer night in 2015. It was published that fall in The Wayfarer, a journal of contemplative literature. It's called Heat Lightning and Lightning Bugs. "3 hours after lights out, at the ashram, I awaken and witness unexpected illumination. Flashes in the cloudy heavens reveal patterns across the firmament, until, during a lull, against the dark expanse, a single firefly shines. Am I the fly? Or am I the sky? I ask the universe. And, not or, a voice within me answers. And yes to both.